slouch either. So we'll see whether he can step up here. I don't really know which way it's going to go. I'd say I slightly favour Faze, you know? I kind of feel like they want to carry on this form and this honeymoon period they seem to be having. I don't think it'll be ending anytime soon. So we'll see what happens here. We go into round number 1. 5 sets of armor, 4 Faze on the CT side. No kits available. Freiburg, he's the utility player for NIP. And I'm going to guess they'll leave that one player boosted towards middle. It'll be Get Right, the lurker, of course. He'll stay there until the execution comes towards the A site, and he'll come for the backstab, which is classic NIP, in a way.
I think you're dead right on that assessment. That guess is just AZ that's going to play from quad. No retake set up so far from Faze, but he's leading off of this. They actually are getting out of the site. So with them starting to go that direction, AZ almost caught in the open, has to come up strong here. No smokes out, and he's exposed from both sides. They can't throw one down that he can play off of, and Forrest and Disco Doppelin started off into the site. Freiburg plant open as well, can cover that off from A main, and Get Right, although he's dropped off the boost, is just waiting for anyone to wrap around on the flank. So still just covering off those rotations.
What was nice as well, Get Right from that boost position. He faced towards middle to start, headshot Jacob. Just thought, that's enough for me. I'm falling back. My work here is done. I'll go hit my teammates out. Really nice stuff from him. Didn't overcommit. 5 versus 3 now. No kits, as I mentioned. So the CT shouldn't be able to do much with this. There's the kill. On towards Jacob, low HP player. Kiyoshima gets a souvenir kill at this point. Can't really win the round. The bomb's ticking away. Still have 4 players to find as well. The double stack towards quad. Ali trying to do what he can from it, but he can't do a whole lot as he gets taken down. 1-0 in favor of NIP. Very simple strategy there. Like we said, boosting Get Right on towards mid position, going towards A, smoke towards highway, coming out together, sticking as a unit. That retake for Faze didn't really work out for them. So it's going to be NIP getting up 1-0 here. There is a force buy from the Faze team. Alu, I was about to say, surely going to be keeping his money strong, but he actually force buys as well. Alu's one of those players who seems to do that a lot. He never actually limits himself. He wants to be part of the action. We saw it in Pro League as well. We've seen it in situations where he could get the AWP next round. He's like the only player in his team getting a pistol and armor. So he does limit himself sometimes. That's to Faze's downfall. That's when they start winning rounds mostly, is when he's actually getting that AWP and stepping up and finding frags.
He's definitely had impact throughout the course of the start of Pro League this season. Season 4, it's hard to believe we're that far into it already.
Yeah, we've done 2 now. Have you done 3 maybe?
Finals? Yeah. Did 3 because I was stage hosting in Burbank.
That's right, yeah.
Showed up, thought I was casting, got demoted to stage hosting.
Way belong.
And then got to Roshan Gears because he was analyzing that event.
Okay.
It's crazy how fast CS moves, really. It's been the course of 20 months. Since the inception, but it's AZ waiting on the door. Opens it, closes it, goes both ways, exists. Meanwhile, though, does get one on the trade as a result, but Disco, he's going to find Jacob. That's best efforts thwarted from Faze's perspectives as they still have to cover off this A site and 3 pistols to do so. They've got armor on everyone, but this close, no save is going to be a factor here, especially with the flash. Range them out, it's far enough away. That nearly gives the lineup to Kiyoshima inside of the site, but it's all Forrest and Get Right walking through legends of old. Take the round and give it to the ninjas.
Well, there it is. Faze don't really get much out of that round. I think it was just 1 kill overall. And it will be the 2-0 advantage for NIP. Once again, favouring towards that A site. Faze did fully force buy into it. Like I said, Alu, he really needed to control his economy. Now he won't have to open the first gun round. This could be a huge downfall for them going forward. It means they won't ever really get stable if they were to lose the first gun round. We'll see what they bring to the table here. It's going to be a full eco, of course. Just 1 PT-15 pounds of Jacob. That's all they have, really. So you can see Freiburg, he hasn't invested much into this round. He's just got Deagle, Get Right with the Mac 10. Keep 5 players alive. That's going to be the main objective here. Rainbow. Oh, laid to the feet. Down to 34 HP. They know you're there. Oh, do they?
Surely, okay. It's one of those ones where you think you've gone just far enough.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh no, he's not there, but you just needed another inch to find it, but it is going to be the kills going the other way, and Kiyoshima last alive. He'll go down. Disco Doppelin, another 2 kills for him. This time he's on the AK, though, so no money built up. Not as much money built up as a result. $300, not the $600 that the SMGs would reward in that sense, but 3-0 for NIP means we're on to the first gun round, and immediately it's M4s.
M4s, no kits, no incendiaries. So this point, if I'm NIP, I've got 2 SMGs, I'm doing something fast. I'm either doing boosting up towards middle nice and quickly. You know they're going to be limited. You're going towards B sites, like a nice B split potentially as well. You want to be something simple, close range, making those SMGs have the potential to have some close range encounters. And the thing is, well, with no head armor for the CTs as well, these SMGs become a lot more viable as well. Very interesting round coming in, and one's going to be difficult for Faze to hold off. Get Right making his way towards checkers as well. Like I said, if that Max 10 gets close range to any of these players, it's just going to be like a running rifle, really, against no protected heads.
Kiyoshima waiting as well. Molotov to push him back. Does it go far enough? It doesn't. And a smoke to flush it, so he can still watch this.
Kind of working in his favor, that smoke. A little gap there.
Forrest, elbow, wishbone, fired, taken down. It's Forrest on the AWP. People mentioned it might be Disco. It's been back and forth, but Forrest right now on this T side. And he finds the opening kill for NIP. It's Faze. They have to wait for this.
They know he's in the vent as well, right? Getright's watching the other checker's side. They threw the Molotov in there, and he saw him smoke himself out, so they know he has to be there.
Yeah, that's a great call, actually, that Getright is watching it. That time, now, it's Getright's day. He just roasts alive. He didn't start the fire. It was always burning since Disco Doplin was turning. And Alu, well, we'll see if he can come up with anything to shut this down. As they try and cross on the site, Getright gonna go low enough and close enough that he won't be spotted. Bomb will be, though. Exist gets taken down immediately, and it's Alu on the rifle this time. Goes for the repeat, spots Freiberg, but it's he who holds better with the AK-47, and AZ, he's late to throw it. Surprisingly late. Freiberg stays on the bomb, does take a massive amount of damage regardless.
It was a decent nade overall, but it's 3-on-2, like we said. No kids, no nades, stick together. Hope you can actually frag efficiently here, but Freiberg, he's had a good round so far. Getrigh to finish things off. And that was all down to the awareness of NIP. The information gathered once they knew that player was in towards the vent area. Kiyoshima, I think he did himself a disservice, actually, by staying in there. He gets one kill before he burns alive, but unfortunately for them, they'd already lost the man advantage. Getrigh, spotting he didn't exit. And that was almost a free kill for NIP in the end, and a free round essentially as well. Like I said, those SMGs do a lot more damage against the unarmored players, unarmored heads in this case, and no AWP as well for Faze. So Ali managed to get one kill on the retake, but he's a lot more impactful when he has that AWP, that has to be said. And it's round number 5. This is going to be a full eco here for Faze. Some upgraded pistols, Jacob has some body armor, and AZ aggressive, of course, towards Squeaky Door, but Disco Doplin's waiting for him. Some missed shots. There's a horrible spray. He can't control it. Oh. Does manage to get one and take Jacob down to low HP, but
barred off levels of spray.
Had he been a bit calmer, probably could have got more out of that. I don't think he's expecting the second player then. That's what really got him in a horrible situation. I like it when anything goes as bad as possible. You just the only reference we've got is
I do reference James a lot, don't I? I was actually just thinking that time. Like, okay, I should probably ease up on the lad. He is a lot bigger than I am.
Yep, that's true.
And he played fighting games on console, which means he can clearly fight in real life, right?
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Wow, this Molotov gonna come into the same position the first one was, but not go far enough to catch Jacob and Kiyoshima's World Ablaze. It's going to be just Rain on 100 HP, but they're just sitting back as well on this phase. It will go to 5-0, and in doing so, maximize the lost round bonus that Faze will receive. Kiyoshima potentially could add to that by saving a weapon, but he'll get dropped down by Freiberg through the garage door.
So we discussed those interesting decisions, especially of Malu on the second round with the force buy. This time, though, after the maximum loss bonus has been obtained, round number 6, they do get the AWP. There's an option for them. So he will be picking up, of course. Not a double AWP. They could have done that as well. Just Aloe this time. It'll be interesting to see where he decides to go. I think it's going to be towards B. That's where Getrigh normally goes. He goes to have a similar role as to what Olaf Meister does. He'll go there and try and work a pick, show some presence there, but Aloe will be smoked out for now as well. But Getrigh could show just in time. He doesn't. And now Aloe needs to reposition. As Getrigh, like I said, aggressive. Loves to be pushing through, get towards checkers, and likes to challenge these big rounds.
Getrigh waiting to see if anyone behind box will show face. No one does just yet, and they'll boost him back up to clean out mid as well. So good map control gained by NIP in this over toward B, but going back to mid, Getrigh wants to take this fight. He doesn't necessarily need to address this with Bomb over there, but he's hoping just to find the early kills regardless. He's committed back to this position, and Jacob, he's the second man in this. He's covered off white box, but the second cross, it's Jacob to peek out. Getrigh nails it instead.
He wasn't even looking there. As a flick shot from Getrigh. Flick of the week, I reckon.
That's right, hashtag flick of the week.
Maybe he'll win the mouse.
He could win the mouse. The Fnatic Flick mouse. All you have to do is submit a clip to hashtag Fnatic Flick of the Week. No, sorry, excuse me, hashtag Flick of the Week on Twitter.
Right, well, that's the most sellout thing we've ever done. Anyway, back into the round. Alu does finally kill with the AWP. Smoke is down, though. 4 versus 4. And Kiyoshima on the side. Loads of players in front of him. There's low HP as well, but Alu does find something from CT spawn. Now they have got the man advantage as well. Rain is low HP. And NIP will be bailing out of this situation, heading back towards the A side, it seems. That's where Forrest is waiting. And he's got control of Forklift as well, waiting for the rotating players to come into his side.
AK-47 in hand with Rain low on HP. Just gotta watch this. They're both going up. Are they? Okay, backing away is smart. I thought they were going to try and do some crazy run boosts from the top of the truck where they were both up there and try and get him over to the wall.
Flamboyant.
Yeah, I was gonna. That would be a little bit much, to be fair. They stick around long enough to know the bomb goes down. They are still within proximity, but the problem is this late rotation coming out of B and the lurk on highway. It could be huge force. Great shot, you're right. Alu falling. AZ on top ticket booth, and he's gonna get spotted out by Exist. No, it's Disco instead to find him, but Exist found Kiyoshima. That was the late lurk, the late rotation, and Rain, he's stuck inside the site, no way out.
Difficult round for Faze to swallow there, considering it's a 4 versus 3 as well. They knew it was a rotation back toward the A side, but Forest, great awareness from him. That's pretty much the last option they had. Ninjas did actually commit towards the B side. They were pretty much in towards that area. They had an opportunity there with the smokes down towards spawn. Alu finding a kill as well. They had the call from Forest. They said, guys, I know you're struggling toward that side. Come back towards me. It's fully clear. I can get you in there, and I can watch the rotations as well. He got himself in a very advantageous position and has locked down the rotating kills from the CTs as well. So it's going to be another eco for Faze. 6-0 down on the CT half of Nuke. Kiyoshima trying to fire off the Eagle shots towards B storage, but it's AZ that goes one better here. He faces towards main and actually takes down Forest with him. Now we have got the advantage for Faze, but still a lot of work to do here. No rifle obtained. And AZ, the unarmored player as well, did well to actually find that first shot. The Deagle on Cash especially can be very deadly indeed.
Rain and the Deagle back toward this site. Is it a romance story between a man and his pistol? We'll find out. Stay tuned for Chapter 3. As Disco Doppling gets ready towards Squeaky Door and 2 inside of A main. Make it 3 now. They'll accumulate with bomb. That's all 4 of them, if you do the math. As they are the man down against these pistols, and AZ was the one who started off with that Deagle. No armor on him, though. Keep in mind, AZ, he's got a second one. He's doing extremely well with this Deagle, and he's only gone down to 82 in all of this as well. So they continue to try and push onto their position, and Rain, he's still got this gun in the line of sight for the entrance. Get right finally takes AZ down in return, but Rain's still waiting, and Jacob's got the lineup this time. The pistols are working. It is the romance stories. It's just Get Right remaining, and he's caught off by Jacob.
Well, there it is. A pretty much full eco. Some armor and some Deagles purchased as well, but AZ opened things up. NIP committed towards that A side. The crossfires is working against them there. And now, finally, we do have something positive coming in for Faze. The first round posted, and it's going to be 6-1. Interesting round for Faze to pick up. The gun rounds have been pretty shocking so far. Still, they do not have an AWP on Alu, though. He had plenty of cash available. I guess he picked up an AK from the last round, but he wants to make sure he has that utility, has the smokes, the flashes. He hasn't bought an incendiary, which is interesting. I think that's more beneficial than an HE, but still. Decent nade comes in towards the terrorist. Like, it only takes 11 damage. Trying to push it, I thought he'll be trying to get towards checkers once again as he pushes through the smoke. And Ali doesn't have the AWP design to stop him this time. There are gaps there available, though. Well, they boost up towards vents once again.
Well, there's no one with him right now to try and boost him is the problem.
You're right.
You need 2 for a boost. It takes 2 to tango.
Can't argue with that.
My favorite fruit is mango. But Alu doesn't care. As he gets Get Right down, so no one over toward B to lurk late again this round for them, or try and open things up as Get Right was going a little bit more entry frag and that potential position going so aggressively in. Does mean the man advantage again resides with Faze. Last time they pulled it off with pistols. This time they'll do it with rifles with reset potential in hand. So their first round get with pistols. Now they've got to hold on to these guns.
Forest has found some control towards middle there. No presence from the CTs whatsoever. This is a problem in this sense because they don't have an AWP to watch highway. So with Forest with this much control, could actually start to unfold and work against them as well. Will be the B split coming in. See Disco and Freiberg holding towards B storage. Teammates coming in towards vents as well. They have got control of checkers. Kiyoshima and Alu desperately trying to hold on to the B side.
Smokes in. Jacob not smoked off at tree though. He's got a bit of a chance. Kiyoshima's going to go into the flames. He fancies that he might get a better angle out of that. I'm not sure what his thought process was. Does he expect him to push aggressively and potentially go by him? But Freiberg's found Alu. He turns back and finds Kiyoshima. Exist to look the wrong direction. That allows Jacob in, but he turns back in time to only have one teammate go down. Could have been a much worse situation, all things considered, as Rain smoked off. Reset potential. Remember those words. They've got 2 kits, but they've got 1 member left alive now as AZ 1 versus 3. He knows there's going to be a reset. Do you just go for it? I mean, your team is not going to be able to force that around you anyway.
They've got 2 players and just under 5k, so if he saves the weapon, they can definitely buy around this, I think. So I think he's not going to win this round. The fact they have like 4.7k on Alu, 4.5 on Jacob, that's the round they won was an eco, right? So this is probably the right call. They can get 3 rifles, then AZ could Plenty drop something else as well, and he's found another kill, so that helps. I think this is the right goal. There's no way he's winning that. So overall, we've got Jacob 6k, Alu 6k. So Alu can get an AWP, base it around that potentially. They'll definitely buy this round.
Well, they'll do just that. With the Clarions, the AWPs, and the M4s.
The Clarions. Well, he's right. 2 of those. Anyone has no idea what Matt's talking about. That means a FAMAS in 1.6 terms.
It's true, it does. Alu turns away from the flash, even though he still had the vision. It was a very quick peek from Get Right. It could have benefited him, but does not. And he'll relocate from this.
This is a huge lead for NIP at the moment. 7-1 on the T side. Still pretty early days. Like we said, we've actually seen these kind of leads before and actually fall apart to be an 8-7 in the end. So it's still enough time for FaZe to get back into this. Mark my words, I don't think this will be as clean cut as we may think at the moment.
Well, NIP at least showing us signs that they are cash masters for a reason.
Yeah.
They're good with that cash money millionaires, you know?
Money, money, baby. As
That's
I would say.
6 Skrilla. You would say that. Exist, boosted. Boosted to global. Alu taking down Get Right. As I did say, he relocated off that first flash. He went over toward Checker Room instead to find the better angle to fire out toward Toxic. Jacob, meanwhile, is just going to wait for a cross toward the vents. Passive hold on the mid position. And Keo's not going to peek with him. But look at this ape movement. They've got that kill over toward B. 30 seconds left in the round. They're anticipating this is going to be. There's 3 players on highway that could quickly jump on anyone trying to push through mid. Alu's left alone. He's got that lineup. He doesn't see it. I'm not sure what he's thinking. I think he was anticipating that to come sooner, so Exist catches him off. But they've got the information. It is 100% B dropping in. Kiyoshima, he won't pull a simple, even though it's with the FAMAS. No drop shot for him coming off of Heaven. And Exist, well, him and Freiberg, they've got 10 seconds. Freiberg's got the bomb down. Thankfully, because now Exist can focus on the vents, but at least Freiberg to cover off 2 coming from Tree, and he hasn't crossed away from Generator just yet, which means Exist, who's not watching B main, could potentially leave him in the open. Freiberg's gone. Exist has to do it alone. He's got the first. Rotating back around, though, AZ already steering him down the wide angle, and he will cover off his teammate going for the defuse. It'll be 7-2 now as FaZe pick up their second.
Yeah, nice work from AZ there. 3 versus 2. NIP doing what they could there. It was... problem was they weren't really working together. Exist was so focused on that vents area, was wasting so much time waiting for Jacob to come out. Finally does get him in the end, but his teammates already dropped at that point. Exist does find all 3 kills, but it's FaZe finally stringing something together here. Money will be coming back into their favor, but you can see NIP, they've got stacks of it as well. They could get an AWP out if they really wanted to. Going to stick with 5 rifles. That's just more of a tactical play coming into this one. They've got the 5 Molotovs, they've got the 5 smokes. No AWP, they won't be basing their play off a pick here. They know the money's still not amazing for FaZe. The FAMAS still on the hands of Kiyoshima, and after the reinvestments as well, they're pretty much left with nothing. So still very precarious situation for the CTs, as Alu was what we want to see from him, that aggressive play, but Jacob, he strikes first. Fast play from NIP towards middle. Jacob gets the first kill, taking down Exist. 5 on 4. They're still flashing, they're still in the challenges as the Molotovs rain in towards sandbags.
Jacob's pushed out as a result, caught in no man's land. Rain. He gets blinded. Get Right's gonna chase. Oh, timing of the flash though from his teammate. Yeah. That would have been impressive. Disco, meanwhile, though, that shot on Rain is about as sexual as they come, and Alu's gonna get him back in the end, but that's a really smart play from Disco, because if Get Right can't find them on highway, they're gonna be in the open at the top of it. He makes the call, Disco walks in and still finds them in the retreat, but that shot toward Truck, that was just lovely, wasn't it?
That was fantastic work from Doplin and Alu. I'm surprised he actually committed towards the ASL once he knew he was there over the AWP. Get Right, he seemed very confident in his ability to actually hit the shot, and he actually completely surprises all of us and takes him down. 8-2, and there's the full reset now for FaZe. This is the problem. Did find a couple of rounds here in the last 3, but unfortunately for them, they were very close ones as well. Never had a clean set, so it's going to be another Eco coming in, and up you have 1.5 here on the T side, and potentially looking to get 9-2 as FaZe are limited to pistols and Jacob with the head armor and a couple of HE grenades as well. Alu has got the kit though, so he's feeling like there could be some potential here, and they have proven to get these round wins actually on the pistol rounds. One of the rounds of the 2 they have was on pistol victory, so maybe he's feeling this could get a little bit closer.
It's true. I mean, you are making a good point. The difference was in the trend of that round versus this is they got the opening pick on that round. They don't hear.
That was AZ pushing A storage, right? And he's running 1D them, and now they definitely don't have that advantage.
And Forest scuffles and scurries back toward mid garage. assist. Flashing in, they'll just go directly onto this. No set piece from NIP here just yet. They want to leave it open. They've got a man advantage, so knowing they're against pistols, they want to leave these alleyways, line of sights open so that they can see what's going on the defensive side and try and get the picks at range rather than rushing in against the pistols and potentially getting caught out. Speaking of, Jacob limited in his movement by the Molotov down to 8 HP, but he does get the shot and the bomb. Freiburg will immediately trade that back. It's Kiyoshima on 20 HP, the next challenge in this. However, Rain, he's made himself known. Good movement from Kiyoshima, takes the fight directly to them, gets aggressive. He's got bomb back at his feet, but Freiburg and Get Right will take the only two remaining in the site. Alu, late flank, maybe something in this.
Maybe. A very small sliver of a chance.
That's, yeah, I
door
think he's
closed.
realized it.
Here he comes, and he actually managed to get one. Probably about as good as he was going to get, to be fair, as he does take down Disco Doppler. Get Right picks up the AWP, and that's going to be 9-2 now. The money's still in the situation to really buy him. It's going to be double figures for NIP. They can't justify forcing into this. It just wouldn't be enough to win the round. So another eco that Faze have to swallow here. Just to remind everyone watching at home, this is the first of a best of two separate games, of course, but they're both to be cash, which is weird. But if you want to work out, well, if you want it to be explained to you how this all came together, they did a very good job of that on the desk, and I can't remember how it all worked out. But
It's, yeah, I mean, it's
something happened.
Yeah.
Something happens, and it's cash twice. That's what you need to know.
Yeah, it's one of the only times Alex did a good job, but he's done it.
He's done it. He's managed it.
The little one's done it. Has anyone seen the Theory of Everything?
Yes.
When they talk, when the Austrian confirms that the theory of relativity is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it rings a bell. A long time ago.
Or not theory of relativity, but Stephen Hawking's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean. Either way, Forrest, we'll see if he knows what is going on, and he tries to open up the door, get the shot at Toxic. And to be fair, that was very close. I'm surprised that didn't land, but Get Right. He's made his movement known. 2 inside of the vents to try and jump down with these pistols, and they've got a crossfire set for it. Get Right just clearing out backside. Now he'll go. Finds one. Needs to control the spray. Does, and Rain thinks he's going to relinquish that triggered, held down position, and he doesn't, so he walks back into the bullet, still spraying into his face. Exists now watching the same angle.
This is an impossible round 4 out of Faze. They just didn't have much to work with it. No Deagles this time either. They couldn't justify those expensive pistols. Going to be Forrest holding towards mid-warehouse. He finds a kill towards Aloe as well. Kiyoshima surely going to meet the same demise as he slowly starts to walk around. And Forrest does spot the gun there, I think, as well. So Kiyoshima thinks, you know what, I'm out. I'm just going to take this 5-7 back towards CT spawn and see if I can do anything here. There's no Freiburg's kicking about, but he'll get taken out as well. 10-2. NIP reaching double figures here in the first half on the T side, no less as well. The money is starting to get to a more stable position, but there's a pause. We actually have no idea when it's online games what it's going to be, but to be fair, when it's an online game, you can say whatever the hell you want, and you can have a pause. You know, you can just say,
yeah, you know what?
Technical, we need this.
My dog needs food.
Yeah, you can just say anything.
I've done that one before.
There's not really much you can do to stop it. So regardless, it's a pause. Doesn't really matter what kind.
It's true. However, I would be surprised if it, I mean, like you're saying, in that sense, it can be tactical. It's not like there's an admin limiting you from speaking.
No, of course. They're like, I'm just saying, like, this point is speculating what it
Of course, but my point is that on LAN, I wouldn't expect there to be a tack called at a 13th round. Mind you, the money is in a position right now. It's a bit precarious
I think
for
like,
a Faze.
you're kind of working out, we could get double orbs here, but there'd be glass cannons. Should we do that? We haven't done it at all yet. It's technical, Matt.
Well, there you go.
But
as you say, the only way you could regulate that, and I was thinking about this, you know, what are the odds that you enforce them using an ESL TeamSpeak, and you put an ESL admin in the channel with them?
Yeah, you could do that, but then you could just run a secondary TeamSpeak server, bind it to another key.
Okay, all right. Yes, that is true, but then you're just a rude person, Henry.
Just a rude person. No, I'm just making conversation. It's not a huge deal either way. Technical pause. Do you know Kiyoshima's coming to a UK event this weekend? He's playing with some UK players.
Yeah, he did that last when he wasn't on a team.
Yeah, so he's playing with On Screen and
Insomnia, right?
That's right.
Yeah, he played the same one last year.
Yeah, we were going to try and go there and film some UK stuff actually for Drop the Bomb, and it just didn't really work out.
Don't worry, we're going to Sweden. Well, you guys are going to Sweden. I'm going to watch race cars.
We're going to Sweden.
I love the smell of race cars and the speed. I used to like the sound of Formula One, but now it's pretty garbage.
Not what it used to be.
Not at all. When you used to have your ears ripped apart every weekend, it was, and you could feel it. That was something to me. It was special. It was unique. Now I can have a full conversation with the guy next to me as the cars are going by. It kind of takes away from the allure. In fact, going back to watch videos, I was watching Robert Wickens versus Daniel Ricciardo. One of the greatest battles in open wheel racing in the last 10 years. I think more proof that Wickens should be in F1. But it was interesting to listen to the GP3 cars, I guess it would have been that year, sounding more aggressive, higher pitched, and louder than the current F1 cars.
Yankee chiming in there.
He's upset because they're still driving 1960 Pintos where he lives, so.
Anyway.
The technology hasn't trickled down yet.
It is a technical pause. Who's missing? I think it is it Alu? No, Alu's there. It's Jacob. He's gone. So I'm sure he's got some. This is there. Sometimes a bit of a problem with the internet games. Everyone's on a separate internet connection. And I'm sure he'll be back in. But this is turning us a bit of a nightmare for Faze. The only rounds they have picked up so far was that full eco win with the Deagles, and then a pretty close gun round as well. And that's really wrecked their economy. NIP have been pretty dominant throughout this first.
Hiko doesn't like my card chat either.
Is he in chat?
Yeah, apparently. No one invited him, but he's here.
He's enjoying himself.
He's a good lad.
He is. I like him.
Well, we will await the arrival of Jacob.
Matt, if I had to ask you, if you could be any animal in the world, which one would you be?
Don't ask Twitch chat. We saw what happened last time. Quite frankly, no one would want to be him anyway. I would say, or her, I guess. I would say if I could be any animal in the world. See, this kind of comes back to a question, one of those philosophical questions. Would you rather be living under the water, or would you be able to fly? Okay. Right? Because, you know, fish, you know, there's a whole world down there. Flying, you've got the freedom.
I feel like you've answered a question with a question now.
No, I'm not answering. I'm just giving you... You have a texture issue in your goatee. All the garages are messed up.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I have this theory that children who had an unfortunate accident happen in their life and died too soon come back to be family-owned puppies. Maybe I'll just be a dog.
I thought you might say dog.
Yeah. I don't know, though.
You know, that's a very well-known caster. I'm not going to call him out. When he's on a date with a girl, that's his go-to question. When it all goes wrong, drop that one in there.
There's all those ones.
Like a cruise missile that always goes down well.
Yeah, yeah. That's not Henry G, is it?
No, it's definitely not. That's the kind of crap talk that someone else very close to us would use. But yeah, not for me. I don't like to have set lines. I think it's a bit too cheesy.
Yeah, you know, it is an interesting one. I think there's a I think a dog would be great just because you get to be included in human life and you get food and love for free, or should. All the dog owners out there who don't, I absolutely despise you. But I think another couple of animals that might be all right. Tiger would be kind of fun, but it'd have to be a wild tiger then, right? Like, it'd have to be something that lives in like the jungle and it's just complete freedom.
You wouldn't want to be a gorilla?
No. maybe a wild one, but not a zoo contained. I wouldn't want to be any animal that lives in a zoo.
No, definitely not. I think zoos are horrible in general.
Yeah. Go on a safari if you want to see the animals. Don't go to a zoo.
Well, most of those are enclosed anyway, right?
They're protected areas. They're not always enclosed.
Yeah, there's some of them. But anyway, that's a political chat.
But at least in that sense, you still have at least enough landscape that there's some sense of activity and freedom.
Yeah, I agree.
Not like a tiny one.
Well, Rushdie, why don't you show us some Easter eggs on this map? You seem to be an expert of all of them. So why don't you show us what are the most
I know the smokes on B. We could quiz him on those. I don't really know the A smokes as well. I know most of them.
That is boring content. If Rush knows a smoke, I want to see if there's Easter eggs he knows about. He's only got something.
Okay. Well, Rushley.
Yes,
we know. Yeah, we know about that one. Do you notice that little laser? That's an aimbot. Just kidding. It's his built-in infrared eye that he used to hit the shot. Show me something good, Rushley.
So I'm assuming that Jacob's internet did die on us because this is taking a long time to get back into it. He's restarting his entire internet connection, so we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. That can be an ordeal. Sometimes it takes up to 10 minutes, Matt, depending on your internet service provider, but he is back. It's going to be happening. We'll have a look at the scoreboard while we're here. Why don't we do that? Rain, no one's really performing so far for Faze. You can probably guess that from the round difference that they haven't really had much to show for. AZ's had some interesting rounds. He's had some opening picks. But overall, as a unit, it's Faze have been limiting themselves in terms of that second round force buy. It's so weird for Alu to buy up with armor and CZ. That I say, like, it sounds like a really small deal. But in terms of like the way the game's played these days, 99% of top teams do not let their AWPer force buy in the second round after losing the pistol. It's just not a thing. You need him, especially someone like Alu's capability. He's someone that carries the team in terms of finding them opening picks. That's been the downfall. They actually went down 6-0 to kick things off. So you feel like that was part of it. I'm not saying it would have had any better results with it, but it definitely would have boosted their chances percentage-wise. It's just interesting that Alu seems quite stubborn in that respect. If he just fancies it, he'll take it every time.
Yeah.
He'll just do it. Even when I remember around the first night we casted these guys, it was like he had like just enough to buy an AWP next round, like they were full eco, and then he ran back to spawn to buy armor and a CZ as well. It's like, well, you can't buy an AWP next round now unless you kill everyone and win the round. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's currently 10-2. It's the first map of the first half. No, first game of Cash, and it's the first half. That's what I want to do.
There you go. Yeah. Second game of Cash on the evening, but first of the two that we'll see. Well, and we mentioned as well, just to go back to that if one team did get blown out, how would you recover fast enough to make the second game more interesting? And how would you change your default that obviously didn't work to make it more interesting? Guess what, Faze? Kind of got my eyes on you right now, and this CT side has not been great.
They haven't tried the double AWP setup yet. That's definitely an option. We saw it earlier.
One thing that could change that, though, let's say next game they start CT again, they win pistol. That alone is enough to get the economy rolling, right?
Absolutely. So it was a very simple round from NIP as well. One of those default pistols you can do. Smoke towards highway, running together, one boost towards middle. It's definitely possible to hold that one off, but Faze just couldn't land the shots. Round number 13. No head armor available for Faze once again, but this time there's no SMGs available. It's not actually a big deal. But the AWP is out on Alu. I'll be interested to see what he can do here. He's currently just facing towards mid. He should get his opening kill here. Doppler will be the first player to face. If he does show his head at all, Alu definitely fast enough to rip it off. Let's start the reposition.
You should hope he would be. Alu's staring it down, and smokes out, wall of smokes toward mid. And toward the vents. Gotta try and find a shot. Alu doesn't land it. Inside the vents, though, no Molotov coming through. Was it Rain or was it Jacob? It was Jacob who's gone down. Rain's pulled it back, though. Now it's Kiyoshima, that means isolated in the B side, and they're starting to group to get ready. Molotov through. I think it goes to the deep side, which means the smoke's there. Kyo can still stay on top of the site, but it's just reached him. He's blinded up, needs to jump above, and Freiburg's already in the site, which means the crosshair placement already on. It exists to follow up as rain falls. And Alu will try and get a few shots rattled off from heaven, but those will not resound through the thunder clouds below, and it'll suddenly be a cloud that clears into blue skies for him at Tree instead as he tries to get vision inside of the site. No one moving out to a position where it's spottable from his AWP, and still 2 men down. I imagine Faze are going to have to try and get out. Yeah, now they definitely will as Get Right finds AZ.
This is definitely worth the hunt, though. They know Alu's got the AWP. They've got tons of money here on the NIP side. Now Alu's locked in, does hit the first shot, takes down Freiburg, but now his position has been given away. He rotates back towards middle. He looks like he'll be exiting towards highway here as well, but there is a player waiting for him on that side. It's going to be Forrest, but Falu spots him, just has the USP, doesn't even have time to draw his WP. And this will be round number 11. Achieved for NIP. Lots of Ps, all the Ps. And it's going to be 3K.
Eat your peas. I eat my peas with honey because it sticks them to the knife. It makes the peas taste funny. No, that's what it is. I eat my, my grandmother used to sing that to me when I was a kid, and she was trying to make me eat my vegetables.
Fair enough. My grandma didn't talk to me. She didn't.
All right, then. You were the mistake we didn't want. Jacob and Rain, they're going to go for the boost. They're a little bit late, and Get Right just walks out of middle behind them. Thank you very much. 2 quick headshots, and his AK-47. Didn't see if it was stat tracked or not, but it adds 2 to the kill total. Adler's going to fall away, flash out, try and contain them down just slightly inside of that mid position because he's got to give Kiyoshima, or rather, excuse me, AZ, a helping hand over toward Quad. It's Kiyoshima that's in B, excuse me, with that shotgun. Removed from the activity in the course of plan right now for NIP.
4 versus 3 now. Only pistols available. There is a Kiyoshima shotgun. This is a pretty heavy investment from Faze, but something's needed at this point. It's very desperate. 4 versus 2. And Kiyoshima, not the best position for a shotgun, it has to be said. Going to be trying to use it as a railgun now as he is just hiding and hoping someone pushes him and get $900 for the trouble, I guess. That's all he really can hope for. Alu picks up an AK-47, but unless he's done some sort of sick shot, not really going to amount to too much here. Kiyoshima, it must be frustrating at this point. Just hoping he can make something happen there. Some damage, but okay. Freiburg, take down your teammate with you. Sorry. So last round, maximum loss bonus has been achieved for Faze, $3,400. As you can see, doesn't equate to an awful lot here. So Alu has got the M4. There's a couple of Famases. I guess they kept the money probably on the $1,000 mark to make sure they had these kind of weapons. But also Sniper comes out to Get Right. This is the round they probably lose. Calling it right now.
Yeah, right. And we talked about this one because this brings it out as well. 7-1 on the season is Faze.
I think he's got an AK next to him. I'm going to make double check. Yeah, he has.
Okay, well, there you go. So he's just going to wait and see if anyone pushes into B. It's A instead at Squeaky Door. I was going to say 7-1 Faze getting wrecked right now, though. This start to the season, NIP seems to have a master plan against it. And Alu, he won't like that in his return, especially not when a stand-in for his replacement is getting the kills against them right now.
Can I just guess that Twitch chat right now just says Alu is the problem?
They've been saying that nonstop. Same with, bot Alu and Keo is the problem. We've got two people that are either a bot or a problem on Faze, and right now that's adding up to 13 potential rounds here for NIP, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch because we've got guns on Faze's side. Enemy advantage. Flash comes through. Force able to detect and avoid accordingly, not leave himself in the open and vulnerable, but this will still mean he's got to find some ground to walk on, and it also means Jacob, he's going to get further and further out. He's got 3 already in this round. He spots the other 2, but he won't find them. Freiberg gets the shot back that direction. Alu, though, has dropped the bomb. And it is going to be Forrest that needs to go back to try and find them. Flash into his face. They know he's there. They hear the Tech 9. Or whatever pistol they presume it to be with these new sounds. Coming around the corner and up close and personal, Alu will close it out. 12-3 for Faze getting their 3rd round. Excuse me, 12-3 for NIP, but Faze getting their 3rd round, I should say.
Very one-sided affair, Matthew. It has to be said. The first round that Faze actually won was with the pistols, and they only managed to get 3 overall. I have to say, I was talking about it throughout that half. It seemed like an economy issue to kick things off. Didn't have that good start they were looking for, and just couldn't string rounds together. They just pick up 1 or 2, then get fully reset, and NIP, great game overall for them. Everyone's stepping up. Disco Doppler some great moments as well. Forest on the AWP, just an overall good package, and that's a solid T half on Cash.
I would say so, and we're going to need a pistol round for Faze. We're going to phase out for a little bit. When we phase back in, we'll start halftime at number 2. We'll be right back. Number 2, or should we say the 2nd quarter? Because remember, they do play back-to-back on Cash. Faze struggling early on as well. NIP a 12-3 halftime on the T side to start this one off.
Indeed, unless Faze pick up the pistol, this one's pretty much done for. They're on the harder side now. I guess Cash is a pretty 50-50 map. He still would expect the CD to come out slightly on top, in my opinion, the top end of the scene. But we'll see what they can do here, picking up the pistol. If they don't get it, it's pretty much game over at that point. This is a must-win round for them. I feel like they'll get it, though. There's lots of options available on the T side of Cash. Obviously, you have the simple options like NIP display, or you can do something quite fast towards B, a slow B, a B split. There's so many different options available. I'm sure they can come up with something a little bit creative and try and pick that one up. If NIP do get it, though, that's pretty much map over. But we do get a 2nd chance here on Cash.
Flash in. Freiberg makes it work. Just kidding, we're in halftime.
I was going to say, Matt, don't.
I wanted to see if you'd fall forward. They had a rifle. It was pretty obvious.
My stomach jumped a little bit. What if I just ruined the whole game? I was like, when I realized.
It would have been a nice self-flash, though.
Yeah.
Normally, you get a teammate to throw that for you.
Okay, then. So let's have a look at the Faze buy, see if I can work out what they're going to do. 4 sets of armor, smoke, and 2 flashbangs. That either means they're going to walk towards B, like I said, and smoke spawn, which I think they've done before, or they go towards A and do exactly what NIP did. That smoke towards highway and flash towards MBK. Maybe they'll boost someone towards middle as well. Looks like it'll be the A-sided attack, but they have got someone watching more B for now, so it won't be anything super fast. They'll hold up for a little bit, see if there's any aggression, and then it'll be the player who's over at B, who's with Rain, will come and join them, and then they'll go towards A. But the looks of things, currently, from what I'm seeing, it's going to be AZ who has the smoke. He's currently holding at the back of A storage. Oh, okay, Ali, that was a little bit scary.
AZ waiting outside the drop. No one going to go up. Yes, take that back. Kiyoshima is.
Pretty sure this will be exactly what Nip did.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's 2 people going up. Okay.
Yeah.
It's different.
It was just get right. That's right. And he dropped back down to watch the rotations come in.
So this will be an A split with Rain and Kiyoshima. The smoke probably will be on the bomb side then. You wouldn't want to lock them out of the situation. We'll see what it does. Well, it is the exact same smoke. So I guess that is going to come up together towards highway once the other 3 have shown their presence on the A side.
Get right. Waiting in side of the smoke, inside of the site, behind the box. The box that is now revealing the fact that 2 players have entered into the site. He's going to go back over to Forklift instead, but it's AZ that greets him with a very friendly bullet as he opens up inside of the site. Exists though, good shot on the rain, good crosshair placement, finds another. Kiyoshima down, bomb, it's been planted, but they're going down on members, and AZ's been tagged up considerably, so their plan doesn't go quite the same way that NIP's did. Crosshair placement from AZ might have been accurate to find Exist, but Disco Doppelin instead has him from range. Jacob and Alu already tagged down to 58. They're trying to find him. He's now the last alive.
Hello,
Stuck
Alu.
in the smoke. Get the knife out. They're going for the defuse, but Exist is going to save Freiburg.
So it looked like a promising round there from Faze. They do get a plan down, but Freiburg has got the kid as well. Alu in the smoke. No option, just get the knife out. Start swinging wildly. Doesn't actually land anything there. So the bomb planted, and there's going to be NIP picking out the pistol. You can see this was a great round from Exist there. The fact he got both these shots there, close range of the USP as well. This second one, very impressive. Through the box, no less as well. Takes them both down. That's pretty much round over at that point. Such huge numbers to retake the side with 13-3. And of course, Faze, they do have to fall by into this round. Instead of waiting for the AKs, they can't allow NIP to get so close to match point at this stage. 13-3. There are 2 rifles available for NIP. So this actually, I don't mind this from Faze, considering the Doppelin is looking like he's saving for the AWP. He only has a P250. I'd say Faze, in some scenarios, have the advantage going into this one. If they do a full A attack with correct smokes going down as well, this could be very interesting, especially if they pick up the first kill.
Yeah, right. Little pea shooter that he has in his hand. He'll just fire it.
The sewing machine?
It is the sewing machine.
Not so much anymore. It's got a different sound, you know?
It kind of does, but it's not so much about the sound. It's that it might be a needle, but it works like a sewing machine.
That's what I was trying to make you say.
I know you
like
were.
Say that.
Exist, he'll take down Rain. Exist might take down Alu as well. Knows he's still in that boost position, but he's going to actually neglect it. Now back over toward the A side. Flashes out, get right, goes back in. He's going to try and wait for them to cross, get them in close angle with this pea shooter. Goes back out, does find one. Sprays down, potentially trying to hold it to catch Kiyoshima, but the Tech 9 wins in that duel. Unsurprising, perhaps, at that mid-range angle, and Exist is having trouble closing this out. He's got an M4, but 3 bullets left. Doesn't go for the reload either. Just wants to get the damage inflicted. It's just Kiyoshima that remains.
So no bomb planted for Faze. NIP hold off the force buy as well. The money's going to be about 2K mark. I think Faze has had to force again and hope for the best. Otherwise, it will be NIP going towards 15-3 here. It's been a very quick map. And we said they needed the pistol here, which they didn't manage to pick up. So this one's pretty much over. I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but it's going to be very difficult for Faze to actually get anything out of this first map of Cash. They do get a second chance. And a chance of redemption, I guess, as we play Cash. Exact same map, exact same scenario, once again in the next game.
Tags coming through. And Freiburg comes out the worst of it as he's down to 16 HP. What Pansy would say, HP.
H, yeah, that's wrong. H. Huh is the sound, H is a letter, H is nothing. So
White. Walter White.
White.
Get right, though. He's going to just throw out a Molotov a little bit soon, make sure no one can push through of that doorway. Meanwhile, Kiyoshima, he'll get a smoke out. Cover off Zed. That implies that they might want to put some pressure in middle, try and get out, get the guns into position. He's just desperate to get a shot back, is he not? Maybe too desperate. He's on 26. Freiburg low as mentioned. And these Deagles are starting to pick away. Get around the corner though, and Exist will hold it. Kiyoshima can't get by the white box at mid. It does give some room for Rain to try and get toward Vent, but he's now tagged from the UMP, and Disco Doppelin's come back out to take down Jacob. Get right pursuing. Bomb down inside middle. They see it, and they'll hold it. Alu will be the only one remaining trying to do something. It's map point for NIP, 15-3. It's been slow rounds, so it does seem like a longer game than that, but 15-3 no less.
Yeah, no rounds achieved here on the second half of Faze. Another force buy, of course. They force buy every single time. It's going to be 1 AK in the hands of Jacob, 2 Deagles, 2 Tag 9s, and a utility. I think Faze, and this one's over. They'll be looking at the second map here, which is Cash. So a chance to take that 10 minutes or so and just work out what the adjustment's going to be. I feel like the CT side, it was just the economy. They didn't try a double AWP setup at all. No adjustments were really made. It was just round after round of NIP getting control of checker rooms. And this round is not really that much to report to. But okay, well, Jacob does get a kill. It's 4 on 4. Starts to get a little bit interesting. But look at the HP of Jacob and Rain. Jacob will go down, and Rain will follow as well. That's going to be GG here as the 4 on 1 does come in. Kiyoshima, he's got an interesting position. He's got towards quad. But it looks like they know exactly what's going on here. Oh, Okay, here we go. Now we're believing.
Let's go. Just roast him out, though. All right, you got a nice shot. We'll just burn you alive. Forrest will get the kill. It'll go 16-3.